Well, maybe you can talk a little bit more about your tactics, Wiggsy. You're not always somebody who calls somebody over and has an hour conversation with them, especially if they're on the other side of the issue. So maybe talk a little bit, how do you bring people around, other than trying to use logic, but that doesn't often work. And if there are a couple examples of some arguments, heated arguments you've had with some perhaps elected officials that then over time came to realize that they needed to support our community.
Well, first let me say there's no way I'd be here if it wasn't for Ken. No way. I am probably the most disorganized, irresponsible person when it comes to following up on things, and Ken has been there every step of the way and prodded me along and made this happen. This is Ken's doing. So I think it's really important to know that. When Ken and I decided we wanted to do something like BAYMEC, we actually had lunch in this very place when it was Eulipia. The very day that we sat down and talked about lunch was in this place. And, it's no longer Eulipia, it's become something else now, Stretch.
Cafe Stretch.
I don't get around much, but anyway. So we sat down, and I want to tell you, this was probably the last good meal that I had with Ken through many campaigns, because Ken was always, there's Denny's, there's a bowling alley, not exactly a gourmet eater. But we hit all of the restaurants in town because we had many, many meetings together and talked many, many hours. And I'm thrilled that finally the foundation is beginning to get started, because it's always been a dream of ours for a long time.
Yeah.
So.
Well, 35 years ago. We've been doing this for 35 years.
Yes, we have. Yes, we have. And, when I first came to San Jose State, I came to San Jose State in 1967, just out of graduate school. I was in the closet. San Jose State was not particularly a friendly place at that time, so I had to be really careful. I'd gotten fired from a job because they found out I'm lesbian. I thought these people are really stupid. I'd worked for them for 4 years and they couldn't figure it out for 4 years.
Woo!
Yeah, really stupid. Anyway, so when I came to San Jose State, one of the things that was clear to me is that we needed to have a world where we talked about issues of discrimination, not only against the GLBT community, which is certainly a reason that we're here, but also against other communities based on race and ethnicity, gender or disability, all kinds of things. If we discriminate against anybody, my motto always was, and it was Ken's too, we decided we weren't going to just do gays. We were going to make a difference in this world about people feeling comfortable being who they are, regardless of what they look like or who they socialize with. And we've stayed close to that motto all along. And I think it's a really important motto for us to face. We are no longer in a place where we can just have, be concerned about discrimination against the gay GLBT community. We can. But we have to also be concerned about what's going on in the world, and particularly what's going on in this country.
Amen. Amen.
What's going on with kids and people who are coming into the country looking for a safe place is really very agonizing to me and to my friends. So we got to keep working. Lot more to do.
A lot more to do, and I think one of the things that BAYMEC has tried to do over the years, and it was the reason for my coming out in 1984, is when our state assembly member with the unfortunate name Alistair McAllister wrote an article for the Mercury News saying that gay people were so despicable that they deserved no social, political, or legal rights at all. And the message was, we just don't even want you as part of our society. And when you think about what is happening now, particularly with immigrants or people who speak a different language or have a different religion, it's that same kind of message. We don't even want you to contribute. We don't want you here at all. And I think that LGBTQ people know that feeling, And I think one reason why we work so much in government is that government really has the ability to have community engagement of everybody in society. And but I really credit you, Wiggsy, for those early days. Because the gay community was so low on the totem pole because of various things that had happened, that it was hard, I think, for some of the minority groups to even have us at the table because of fear that all of a sudden that they were going to lose political clout because we were there. But we always stuck through and worked with them, and were able to sort of do that Rainbow Coalition.
Yeah, it was really great. I made a lot of friends in this valley.